this video, I put a bit of Nate in there. What it is that this is another case. This is where I spotted it going on. I'm not saying it didn't happen before that, but this is where I spotted it going on. That the things were wrong with their hands. Just. Anyway, we got to the end of that. I'm sorry, it wasn't. Anyway, it wasn't. Anyway, but to this. So I stuck it in because this video today is all about this. It's all about things not adding up properly in the footage that you're looking at. And you think, why? Why can't they just be filming real people? Suddenly when you realise everybody's playing everybody else, or lots of them are playing each other, then you realise that the population must be halved. Anyway, so that's what this bit's about. I also put a bit in about the president's hand. Well, he's still president, isn't he? And also Boris and the reporter. Okay, so that's going to be added into this video. I was talking to this channel today. He is doing very similar things to me, noticing he's done a whole video of hands here and other parts to show you that they're all not right. Anyway, let's play the video. His name is Enalpekaf News. Anyway, enjoy his video.
This is the Joseph Clement Show. I'm your host, Joseph Clement. Let's get started. All right, so today's video is going to be about several different things. I was doing my, as I often do, reading of certain facts, historical facts, certain declassified United States government, military documentation regarding things that make the United States look pretty bad and pretty stupid. One of them being the documentation regarding Operation Paperclip. So Operation Paperclip was a classified military operation in 1947 out of the OSS, Office of Strategic Services, where stupidly, look how dumb, look how ridiculously dumb this is. Okay, United States imports Nazi military intelligence officers and Nazi engineers, doctors, and scientists from Germany into the United States, as well as hiring these people to quote unquote work for the United States. So they wanted, they meaning the United States government, that satanic military of the United States government, wanted the brains, the brain power of all of those Nazi scientists, doctors, engineers. And wanted the secrets that many higher ranking Nazi intelligence military officials had in their heads. The United States wanted that. United States felt like it needed it. And where did a lot of the information that these Nazi scientists used to make a lot of their quote unquote scientific discoveries, their military scientific discoveries, where did it come from?
What I did is said, I have the video surveillance. The only thing I caught was Chris backing his truck into the garage. What I did is said, I have the video surveillance. The only thing I caught was Chris backing his truck into the garage.
Look at her head. We've lost the top of her head now. Oh, look at those feet. Oh, what is going on? There's the hair on top of someone else. Look, she's got a square head. And the wall's moving. It's all moving, all moving. Look. And look at Nate's head. So, both of them aren't there. Who knows if they're together? The walls aren't real. And this is supposed to be a news station telling us that they've been to Nate's house. You know, like I said, wouldn't the voice be enough? If they want to say they've interviewed Nate. Now look at the top of his head there. That's because the other person's coming through. Oh, I don't know what it is. That person's got hair. Nate hasn't got any hair. That person's got hair. Do you see that? Oh my goodness gracious me. Of course he hasn't got hair now. And just look. Look at that. They have gone round to interview Nate the neighbour. So the news channel is definitely fabricating the news because they're not even there. They're not even together. And if you actually take the footage and start seeing how they manipulate that black leather jacket. Look, there's the top of that person's head. You can see they've got hair on them. He hasn't, but the person has. And even if they had to manipulate him to cover up his identity, why is she manipulated then? Look at it. I really hope you can see it because, oh my goodness, look at that hand. Look at the length of the finger. Where'd you go with this? You can see someone else there. Do you see it? Look, they haven't got long hair. Who's that? Well, she's someone else now. You've seen, she's changed. I really wasn't expecting this. I've played this. I've used it in my videos. And now, you see, I know what I'm looking for. You just see it. There are these weird glitches in places there shouldn't be. So, what does everybody think then when it is the news that are doing it to us? For sure, it's the news. This was released in December 2018. We're not talking of 1976, 1960, 1991, 10 years ago. We're talking of a few months ago. Look! Oh my goodness gracious me.
A question to ask yourself is, what was the Nazi real society? And who were the several women involved at the top? And were they involved in occult, satanic, Luciferian, witchcraft practices? Yes or no? Were they involved? You can look up their pictures if you want. You can type in your search, Nazi Real Society witches, okay, and you'll see them. Now, the interesting thing is that all these women disappeared. No one could find them. Okay, they came in, they channeled their devils, they channeled their evil spirits, which allowed them to draw and write down blueprints for certain craft and flying ships, spaceships and whatnot. And then just suddenly, no one knows where they are, and they just vanished into nowhere, into nothing, into thin air. The women, the ones that were these channelers, these witches, okay? So this is witchcraft. See, this is something that the government will never admit, okay? The government will never admit that it uses in a military capacity, as part of their military applications, as part of their military weapon systems. The government uses witchcraft, occult, satanic, Luciferian things in a military way. Okay, this is identical to the scriptures of all these nations. Think back in the scriptures, okay? Think back in the scriptures. Okay, think back to the Bible, where all of these nations were using the same thing. They were using their diviners, and they were using their fortune tellers, and they were using their warlocks and their mages and their wizards, and they were using their witches to try to fight against God, basically. It's the same thing now, okay? A lot of what is written in the scriptures is true, okay? It is real. What's in there, a lot of it is. And governments never stopped doing this, okay? It wasn't where, oh, it's the present time, okay? It's the modern era, it's the modern age. And so the governments grew out of using witchcraft. The governments never stopped using witchcraft. Make no mistake, okay? Nobody here that is aware of what's going on is an atheist. These satanic Luciferian people, they laugh at atheists as idiots and stupid and dumb. They look down on atheists, actually, because it's part of their mind control, okay? Atheism, trying to make you to believe in atheism, is part of their mind control. These are very religious people, and they take their religion very seriously, even up to murdering people, even up to controlling governments, controlling finances, controlling culture. Okay, it's a very serious, aggressive, destructive enterprise. Okay, so after 1947, after they imported tons and tons and tons of Nazi military intelligence officers and Nazi scientists, doctors and engineers, what does the United States government do? They put one of these Nazis in charge of NASA when they created NASA. The origins of the great expanse of United States military technological muster and might came from the importation of these Nazi scientist people.
Gets a 0 for me. Just wants to go back here. Let's go Go down here. See, V, or it could be a K or a V with something through it. Oh, look at that. There you go. See, you can see the red flag through his finger. His finger. Look at that. This is my new abode. He'd not long been Prime Minister, but this is him winning the election with... Those figures cannot be real. They filmed this well before. I mean, look at the cameraman. Look at the size of him and look at the size of Boris. And Boris is smaller than the people outside that building. He's smaller, yet he's closer. That's wrong. They've just put this in. You know, there's little itty bitty Boris. Absolutely unbelievable. But I'm glad I saw it. I'm glad I saw it. I'm sorry. This is why I can't trust the footage. But there's 10 Downing Street, see? So those cameramen are almost on top of Boris. Boris is right in front of them. Yeah, look at the size of Boris. You just saw the cameraman standing there. So how could Boris be so small? Yeah, because it's been made for us. That's why. And it's really alarming. Like when I first saw this, I think I jumped off the chair. I was like, oh my God. Because it's not that nice seeing it, you know. But all you've got to do is pick any bit of footage, slow it down, and there's something wrong with all of it. But yeah, the size of that. And do you see that? This is all a set. Everything moves wrong. There you go. The 15-foot cameraman. Look at that. And the little diddy Boris. What are they trying to tell us? He has no power? Even though he's just won the general election? Is that the irony? Because he didn't win it, did he? It's all put in for us. But you would think they'd put him in the right perspective, wouldn't you? You know, everything else you could have got away with it, but the cameraman lets it down. Because he's about 15 foot tall. Because don't forget, he's got a head on him as well. So he's a giant. Snuck in and took a picture. I wonder how big his camera is. Anyway, yeah. That cameraman, he's gonna pop in. There he is. Oh, look at the size of him. Oh, I'm a giant. It's just, you know, first of all, I get angry. Then I start going, oh, because it's really funny. How could you have a 15-foot cameraman standing there? Anyway, then also just the way that the tree moves. I just thought it was really strange how the tree moved. Oh yeah, the footage is moving now. You know, it's just because it's all staged. It's all just set or on the computer. That's all I think it is. It's all done on a computer. Just because they've told us technology doesn't mean they don't have it. They don't have better. And we don't know what technology they're using from the past. There's that cameraman. You see him? There's that cameraman. Yay to the 15-foot cameraman. Thank goodness they made a mistake with that one then.
They had the intelligence to really jumpstart, after World War II, United States military technology here. Okay? By great leaps and bounds. Oh. Okay. And it has never stopped. It has never stopped. So, according to the fake lying, satanic Luciferian, quote-unquote, mainstream news, and just in general, it looks like technology really isn't advancing so far, so fast. Not really. It looks like it's kind of, everything has kind of slowed down. It's like, no, this is fake. They're not releasing it. They're not telling you what they have. They're not showing it to you. And they won't until the war is upon you, and then all of the goodies are going to come out. Mark my words, it's going to happen. When the war happens, that's when you'll see all of the goodies come out. What do I mean goodies? All the tech, all the technology. technology invented by Nazis, okay? The technological might of the United States military, the roots foundation of it is Nazi in origin. You have to understand this. You have to understand that. Please understand that. That all of this is connected. And all of this is focused on one very religious goal, okay? These people have a religious goal, okay? Their life goal is a religious one. And if you want to know exactly what it is, go to your search engine, look up Lucis Trust, Lucis Trust, United Nations. Okay, and then after that, type in Luciferian initiation. So, in the United Nations, this was a real true statement coming from the United Nations itself that says, worldwide, there will be a grand Luciferian initiation for all people, and it will be the only way for you to enter into the new age of the New World Order, and that all people across everywhere will have to undergo the Luciferian initiation in order to live in that world. This is coming from the devil. Okay, that is a religious statement. That is not an atheistic statement. That is a religious statement. And the religion is based on worshiping fallen angels and devils. And the religion is based on hating the one true God, Jesus Christ, the Father in heaven, the Holy Spirit. That's what this is all about. That's what this is all about. This is why everything evil, hypocritical, disgusting, gross, nasty, wicked, upside down, insane, and crazy thing that the governments across your world do is because of their religion. The devil is a real creature with arms and legs and eyes and a head and hair and a mouth and eye and a nose. Okay? Fallen angels are real creatures with a mind and a voice that can speak and walk and fly around and go to different places. Okay? Their religion involves worshiping these fallen satanic Luciferian creatures as God.